So one of the main points of this channel, other than to show my portfolio every single week, win or lose, is to share what I've learned along the way since I've started investing. I started investing in 2019 and I started my YouTube channel in 2020. And one of the biggest lessons that I've learned along the way is to never invest more money than you can afford to lose. Now, I touched on this briefly at the end of last video when I was talking about Luna, but I read some things, and I kind of want to make a whole video dedicated to just this. Yeah, you should not invest any more money than you are willing to lose. As a matter of fact, before you even think about investing at all, you should start, because I'm going to show you some things that kind of make me a little sick. We're going to talk about that. Before you even think about investing, you need to have an emergency fund. You need to have all your debt squared away. You need to have your finances. Like, you need to make sure that if your investments go broke, that you are not out of a home, you are not out of a job. Like, I want everyone watching this to learn what I've learned and to hopefully make money out of this over the long term. Now, how this ties into Luna is there are people on the internet, all over the internet, who will try to talk you into buying something that you may not normally buy. They will tell you that it's a great investment. They will tell you about all this stuff to get you to buy it, to spend more money than you normally would on something that you may not know anything about. And for me to... Now, I'm going to show you what I saw below. That's the point of this video. And talking about stocks, not crypto, the stock price... The price of a stock over a long term, and I'm not talking about 6 months, I'm not talking about a year, I'm talking at least a 5-year period. The performance of a stock price over such a long period of time is most of the time, almost all the time, directly related to how well the company does. It is a measure that everyone can look at and know if the stock price is going to go up. If the company does well over a 10-year period, the stock price will probably go up. If a company stagnates, the stock will trade sideways. If a company does poorly over that 10-year period, the stock price will go down. That is almost always the case. With crypto, that's a different story. Now, other than things like Bitcoin and Ethereum, where Bitcoin and Ethereum, at least in the original version of crypto, is how close is Bitcoin to the world adopting it as a regular form of currency, or in Ethereum is how close is it for the world adopting it as a utility, right? Those I can understand, but everything else, it pretty much just follows the greater fool theory, because none of these other altcoins, and yes, I know Ethereum is technically an altcoin, but it's earned its place. I think, in my opinion, it's earned its place as not an altcoin. The other altcoins out there pretty much rely on the greater fool theory, which is pretty much people trying to sell their securities, and this goes with stocks, but this is mainly with crypto. Lately with crypto and penny stocks, to be perfectly honest, they are trying to convince other people to buy this crypto or a penny stock or a regular stock at a price greater than that person paid for. And that is the main theory with crypto. That is why people they advertise crypto. They get shirts with Shiba Inu. They get shirts with crypto on it because they want to advertise to people. Most likely people who may not be experts in investing, who may be very new to investing, who have never invested at all. The problem with the greater fool theory is that eventually you will run out of fools. At some point, you will find no one who will buy that stock at a higher price, and that is when the sell-off will begin. That is true for stocks, and that is true for crypto. At least with stocks, once you run out of fools, you still have the underlying value of the company that the stock is for to gauge the value of the stock price. So, let's say, Microsoft or AT&T and stuff like that. I mean, you can look at their performance, their 10Ks, their 10Qs, the business fundamentals to see how well the company is doing, and then you can use that to gauge the value of a price, whether it is undervalued or overvalued. With crypto, all you have is the greater fool theory and word of mouth. And that brings me to the point here. Now, we all know what happened to Luna. I'm not going to go over it. I went over a bit last video, and there are news articles that can explain it a lot better than I ever could. But the thing I want to... So, there's a price of Luna plummeting. Is this right here. Now, you will find all over Twitter, all over sites like CoinMarketCap, all over the place, is people talking about how great of an opportunity. Now, this is well after the crash happened. Well, after the crash happened, talking about, yes, Luna, this is time to show the world how strong crypto is. Let's change the world together and all that stuff. And yes, I fought 50 million Luna. Anybody with me? $ happy face, right? Well, if you're new to investing, I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. Now, I don't know any of these people, but I'm going to go out on a limb to say that none of these people have your best interest in mind. I promise you that. They're not here to... Most of these people, I don't know about any individual person, but I'm going to say that most of these people do not want you guys to get rich. They want themselves to get rich. And you can be damn sure that before they posted this, they already bought their crypto, and they're posting this in an effort to get you to buy in the crypto at a higher price than they did. Because the idea is that, I mean, the greater fool theory. They convince you that this is an important thing, that everything's going to happen. And, like, for example, yeah, burning is taking place and all that stuff to get you to buy it at a higher price. And that's going to work all the way until you run out of people that's going to buy the stock. And then, well, the crypto. And then it's going to collapse. Just like it's collapsing now. Now, it's not for me to say what's going to happen with Luna. Whether the price is going to shoot back up to $85 or anywhere close to that. It is not for me to say. The short-term market is unpredictable. It depends on whether they can lower the value of their max supply from 6.9 trillion. It depends on a lot of factors. I don't know if it's going to go up or not. That's not the point of this video. What is the point of this video is for people to not listen to posts like these as proof of how great or how poor a crypto or any kind of stock is. I bet you that most of these people, like I said, they bought in low. They're going to use the greater fool theory to try to gather as much people as possible to buy in at a higher price. They're going to wait for this thing to go up. And then it doesn't need to go up much. It needs to go up like 300, 400%, which for either a penny stock or a crypto this cheap, it's not difficult to do. And once it goes up 300, 400%, they may take their money and run. So in my opinion, those are the biggest lessons. I guess you can consider that multiple lessons. Like, don't invest more than you are willing to lose. Make sure your finances are in order before you even think about investing. And yeah, do not let people talk you into spending more than you are willing to spend. And make sure the things you're spending your money on are quality companies with value that you can easily track. But anyways, take care, have a great day, and eat your vegetables.